How do you define happiness? For me, it's simple. The purest form of happiness I've experienced in my life was in the golden Halcyon days of my past before Allison died. Let me take you back in time for a moment. As a baby, Allie had feeding problems and couldn't keep food down. The first 3 months of her life involved several formula changes and us sleeping close to her in case she puked during the night. She was a difficult baby. I remember many occasions coming home from work, filthy and exhausted, and cuddling that little goo-goo baby, holding her close and rocking on the recliner until we both fell asleep. Happiness. A few years ago, the kids and I went for a late night walk on the 4th of July. It was a balmy summer evening in the Midwest, warmly lit by a big, bright moon. Crickets chirped, creating background music for our nighttime adventure. The kids were excited just to be out and about long after we were usually in bed. All we did was walk and talk and laugh, but there was magic in that evening. I'll never forget it. We were happy. I'm a firm believer of the adage, the best things in life are free. Allison gave me an infinite number of wonderful memories that sit in my head like an old box of home movies collecting dust in the attic. There isn't a day that goes by where I don't pull down that box, dust off a tape, and replay at least one beautiful memory of her in my head, even if it often leaves me in tears. Her death has taught me that not only is happiness not tangible, it's also not the opposite of sadness. Joy and grief are two very different feelings, yes, but they are not opposites that struggle to stake claim in our hearts as we tend to think. They function more like yin and yang. They are synergistic forces that make each other stronger. Think about it. If you were happy all the time, would you really be happy? Is the brilliance of light as easy to appreciate without the contrast of shadow? Is a delicious meal as satisfying to eat if you aren't hungry? Happiness is important, but our society exhausts entirely too much time and energy promoting this culture that we need to constantly seek happier, better versions of ourselves. I do not believe in this mantra. You will not find a better version of yourself by simply chasing happiness all the time. I'll even go as far as to say that I believe that life is intentionally designed for us to not feel happy. The anger, sorrow, guilt, shame, anxiety, jealousy, and doubt we feel all come to specifically show us how wonderful and fleeting happiness can be, and that we should stop to recognize and enjoy it when it comes our way. We are given just enough slivers of happiness to keep us going. I wake up thinking about Allie. I go to sleep thinking about Allie. I think about her the entire time in between. And it makes me incredibly sad. It feels a lot like having to carry around a weighted blanket all day. Yes, it's a blanket, something meant to bring warmth and comfort, and in many ways it does just that, much like love. And yes, it's not all that heavy in and of itself, but the weight is unbalanced and awkward. I constantly have to shift it around as I move throughout the day. Hour by hour, it chips away at my strength. So you can bet that when a sliver of happiness falls into my lap and I can set that blanket down, or at the very least, appreciate it for its warmth and comfort, I pay far greater attention to that than I did before I had to carry it. Will I ever find the same level of happiness that I did when she was still alive? Probably not. I've accepted that the permanently subdued threshold for joy is collateral, another cost of having loved her. That said, it does not mean that the rest of my life will be completely void of all joy either. A big part of happiness in general is practicing gratitude actively and intentionally. I'm not asking you to set down your blanket. I'm not asking you to turn off your sadness. But if life has taken a very important person from you, as it has me, please take a second to focus on your blanket's comfort, not its weight. Think about a good memory of your person, one from your own halcyon days. If you're brave enough, share it. Tell me something wonderful about who you lost and what they mean to you. Most of all, don't let anyone tell you that there isn't enough room in your heart for both happiness and grief. Thanks for watching. As always, be patient, be kind, and love yourself. See you soon.